Hello everybody, I am Somiranjan Nayak. Uh, the lecturer belongs to Mechanical Engineering of Gandhi Polytechnic, Barampur, and today I am going to conduct a little class, a small class about the braking system of an automobile, which is the subject contained in our 6th semester Diploma Engineering. Before concentrating about the topic, we will go for a little bit introduction of automobile engineering for the revisement of the subject. And First of all, uh, according to the subject point of view, automobile is a self-propelled vehicle, which is being used to carry some goods from one place to another place. We are what can be told in a single word as transportation of goods, and it is being also used as the carrier, uh, and it contains so many parts in it, like already we know that the main constituent of an automobile are the gearbox, the clutch, the gearbox, and the propeller shaft, the universal joints, and also in the controlism parts we are going for braking system. Okay, so we brake means it's a term which is being used as a controlling device. Okay, so here we are preferring this book, which is known as Automobile Engineering, RK Rajput. So due to the shooting of video, it is being represented in an opposite side, but you can go for this book, which is Automobile Engineering, RK Rajput. Okay, so braking system, here in the introduction it is being told that introduction to braking system. Brakes are one of the most important control components of the vehicle. Okay, as we all know, brakes are one of the most important control component of the vehicle, which is being used for the controlism purpose. They contribute very much in the running and control of the vehicle. Okay, whenever a vehicle is being moved on a road, so it not just required to propel the vehicle by implementing some torques of fuel by the medium of engine. It also required some controlism in its reciprocating parts on the wheels, everything, because without controlism we cannot move the vehicle smoothly. Okay, it will not be soothing to us, so that here some controlism of brake is being also needed, so that we are going for the brakes. And also explained on the efficiency of brakes depends the lives and comfort not only of the driver and the passenger, but other persons moving on the road. So we were talking about the comfortability, the soothingness for us, that how we can balance the vehicle whenever it moving upon the road. But others' life are also being dependent upon our controlism upon the vehicle. So a brake should be well efficient to be operated. Okay, it should have to give 100% impact upon its operation. Okay, by what so many lives can be saved. Otherwise, if we are going for any failures, any breaking of braking system, then it may cause so many accidents, and so many blunders will be created upon that. And as it is being told that brakes depends the lives, okay, upon the brakes depends the life and comfort not only of the driver but also of the passengers, and but other persons moving on the road also. It's not only saving about the life of a driver as he is driving the vehicle, and not only saving about the passengers who are contained inside the cabinet of the vehicle. It also matters because other persons who are moving on the road by some vehicles is being also affected by the efficiency of our brake. Okay. Furthermore, it is a fact that owing to recent improvements in the braking mechanism, it has been possible to have increased speed of the modern cars on the road. These days we are going for rapid driving, as it is depending upon our lifestyle, it is depending upon the styling that we need a torque to be attentive by all other. Okay. And according to that also, the braking system impact is needed more. Okay. Because we are going for the graded degree of our comfortability, so that we also need the impact of brake up to 100%. And after that, the braking system used most frequently operates hydraulically by pressure applied through a liquid. Whenever we will go for the types categories of brake later on. And um, now it is being said that if as these days we are going for hydraulic brakes prominently, so we will concentrate upon that by saying that it is explaining the braking system used most frequently operates hydraulically by pressure applied through a liquid. Whenever we are going for hydraulic brakes, it contains also individual chambers for every brake. Okay, every wheel contains a single brake, and the brake contains a single braking chamber also. And the braking fluid is being used here in case of specially hydraulic brakes. Braking fluid or liquid, whatever you can say, is being used here, and that is being provided into the individual braking chamber to provide the pressure, or we can say here braking torque to individual brake chambers. Okay. Individual brake drums. And after that, these are the foot operated brakes that the driver normally uses to slow or stop the car. We have also seen in our general life also that drivers are using the foot brakes, in which a foot pedal is there, by compressing which the pressure will be provided to the manifold tank where the pressures are being stored, and from there it will be provided to every individual chamber, braking chamber, by what the torque can be used for the operation of or smoother operation of a brake drum. Now we will go for the topics, the classification of brakes. So classification of brakes is like this. I am showing you that it is the classification of the brake, but it is being shown opposite, so that I am explaining that brakes may be classified as follows. One is mechanical brake, second one is hydraulic brake, and third one is your power brakes. Under power brake, it is again being divided that air brake and air hydraulic brakes, vacuum brakes, and electric brakes. Okay. So now we will specially concentrate about, as the first category comes up to mechanical brakes. The mechanical brakes, the brakes which are operated mechanically by means of levers, linkages, and pedals, cams, belts, cranks, etc., are known as mechanical brakes. So as these all are like levers, linkages, and pedals, cams, we know cam follower mechanism also there, cams, bell cranks, bell cranks, etc., are known as mechanical brakes, because uh, these all parts are mechanical components, and by containing them it is being called as mechanical brake. The external contracting brake, which is usually hand brake in automobiles, is mechanical brake. It is not being operated by the foot pedal. It is saying about the hand brakes, which are known as mechanical brakes. Automobiles contain service brakes operated mechanically. Automobiles also contain service brakes operated mechanically. Okay, mechanically means there are so many linkages between the operation, okay, of the functioning of the braking system. And here mechanical brakes were employed in olden days, but now hydraulic and other types of braking system have taken its place. It was prominent in the previous days, but now, according to the requirement of more efficiency, more impactuous brakes, we are simply going for hydraulic brakes, and other power brakes are also there, which contains air brakes and so many things. Okay, and many more advancement is being happened to the braking system due to the passage of time. Okay. And now a little bit we will concentrate about the internal expanding of mechanical brakes. It gives us a simple idea of the operation or functioning of the brake drum. So this is our brake drum. As it is the diagram, we can go for it very easily. This is our what we can say, drum, brake drum. Okay, internal expanding means we will discuss a little about its functioning, how it expands, and how the brake shoes are being elongated, and what is the thing by which they are being elongated, all these things. Okay, so here it is being told that as shown in the figure, construction, it consists of two shoes. One is S1 and another one is S2. As we have seen in the drawing diagram, that we have also noticed one brake shoe is there. Okay, according to brake shoes, to present it, it is being denoted by S, and one first brake shoe is known as S1 and second one is known as S2. Okay, and the outer surface of the shoes are lined with some friction material to increase the frictional coefficients and to prevent wearing away of the metal. So the outer surfaces of the brake shoes. Outer surfaces of the brake shoes means here it is being blackened out. You can notice it very easily that it is being made up of from some frictional surfaces to avoid some ruptures. Okay, by what the operation can be more smoother. Okay, it can be tough. It can be durable. It can be more impetuous, and after that, to increase the frictional coefficient and to prevent wearing away of the metal. Each shoe is pivoted at one end about a fixed fulcrum. Two brake shoes are there handled there at two particular points, and they are being fashioned up in the brake drum. They are being fashioned up in the brake drum. You can see here at the downward position, brake shoe 1, brake shoe 2, both are being fashioned, fitted into the brake drum. Okay, at some particular point, they are being known as fulcrum. Okay, about a fixed fulcrum, O1 and O2, and they are being named as O1 and O2, and made to contact a cam at the other end, and they are so arranged that it can contact a cam. They are so arranged it can contact a cam at the other end. At the other end. Okay, we should have to remember that at the other end. So according to this principle, a brake drum, a internal expanding brake works, okay, inside the brake drum. So we are conducting it here now. Thank you all.